Discover the most mysterious African country on Earth. You've certainly heard various stories of Cleopatra, the pharaohs, several biblical stories, and much more. But does what happened in this region in antiquity still influence the country and its population today? Egypt is known for its millennia-old architectural wonders of the pyramids and its rich history. Egypt is located in northeastern Africa and southwestern Asia, bordered by the Mediterranean Sea to the north and the Red Sea to the east. The country shares borders with several countries, to the northeast with Israel and the Gaza Strip, to the east with the Red Sea and Jordan, to the south with Sudan, and to the west with Libya. Currently, Egypt has a territorial extension of 1 million square kilometers. Its current population is 110 million people. Egypt is primarily known for the Nile River, which is the longest in the world. The river played a fundamental role in the development of Egyptian civilization, providing water for agriculture and transportation. Most of Egypt's population and economic activities are concentrated along the Nile Valley, where the land is fertile due to the river's annual floods. At the northern end of the Nile Valley lies the Nile Delta, a vast area of lowlands formed by the sediments deposited by the river. This region is one of the most densely populated areas of Egypt and is home to important cities such as Cairo and Alexandria. Most of Egypt is covered by the Sahara Desert, a vast expanse of sand and rock. This desert dominates the Egyptian landscape outside of the Nile Valley. The Sahara is known for its sand dunes, isolated oases, and relentless vastness. Located east of Egypt, between the Red Sea and the Mediterranean, the Sinai Peninsula is a mountainous and desert area. It is known for its historical and religious significance, including Mount Sinai, where, according to tradition, Moses received the Ten Commandments. In addition to the Nile River, Egypt has limited water resources. The Red Sea is an important shipping route and a source of marine resources. However, the country faces significant challenges related to water scarcity and water resource management. Egypt's climate is predominantly desert, with extremely hot and dry summers and milder winters. Areas along the Nile tend to have a more moderate climate due to the river's influence. The Nile River is responsible for the fertility of the lands along its valley. Its annual floods deposit a layer of nutrient-rich silt on the banks, creating fertile soil suitable for agriculture. The ancient Egyptians developed sophisticated techniques, such as canal irrigation, to make the most of the river's waters and cultivate crops such as wheat, barley, flax, and papyrus. Even today, agriculture remains a vital part of Egypt's economy, with many communities still depending on the waters of the Nile for irrigation. The Nile historically served as an important transportation route for trade and travel in Egypt. The ancient Egyptians built boats and sailed the river to transport goods, people, and construction materials for large projects, such as the construction of pyramids and temples. Even in modern times, the river is still used for cargo and passenger transport in some areas. In addition to providing water for irrigation, the Nile is a crucial source of drinking water for the Egyptian population. The river's waters are used for human consumption, agriculture, industry, and hydroelectric power generation. The river and its banks are home to a rich variety of wildlife, including waterfowl, fish, and terrestrial animals. Wetlands along the Nile are important for biodiversity conservation and provide habitat for many plant and animal species. The Nile River played a significant role in Egyptian mythology and religious life. The ancient Egyptians regarded the Nile as a deity, and many religious ceremonies were associated with its annual floods. Today, the river continues to be an important part of Egyptian culture, with festivals, celebrations, and recreational activities held along its banks. Egypt's history is one of the oldest and most fascinating in the world, spanning thousands of years of political, cultural, and religious development. The first settlements in the Nile Valley date back to around 5000 BC. Gradually, small communities evolved into urban centers, such as Hierakonpolis and Abydos. Around 3100 BC, King Menes, also known as Narmer, unified Upper and Lower Egypt, founding the First Dynasty and establishing the capital in Memphis. During the Old Kingdom, 2686 to 2181 BC, the pharaohs built the Great Pyramids of Giza and established a centralized administration. Notable rulers of this time include Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure. Egypt faced political instability and fragmentation during the First Intermediate Period, 2181 to 2055 BC. During the New Kingdom, 1550 to 1070 BC, Egypt reached its military and cultural peak. Pharaohs such as Tutankhamun, Hatshepsut, Thutmose III, and Ramesses II expanded the empire's borders, built impressive temples such as Karnak and Luxor, and established trade relations with other civilizations. Pharaoh Akhenaten attempted to introduce monotheism in Egypt, worshipping exclusively the sun god, Aten. His attempt met resistance, and after his death, the worship of traditional gods was restored. Between 1070 and 525 BC, BC. Egypt was ruled by Libyan, Nubian, and Assyrian dynasties. Political instability and power fragmentation characterized this period. In 525 BC, the Achaemenid Empire, led by Cambyses II, conquered Egypt, making it a province of the Persian Empire. Centuries later, after the conquest of Egypt by Alexander the Great in 332 BC, the Ptolemaic dynasty was established. Cleopatra VII, the last ruler of the dynasty, became famous for her involvement with Roman leaders such as Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire after Cleopatra's death in 30 BC. During this period, Christianity spread throughout the region. Cleopatra VII, Philopator, is the most well-known of the Cleopatras and the last queen of ancient Egypt. Descendant of Ptolemy I Soter, she was a member of the Ptolemaic dynasty, founded by a general of Alexander the Great. She ruled Egypt during a turbulent period, seeking to maintain the country's independence and her power. She had relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. She had strategic relationships with the Romans. Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, seeking political alliances and protection for Egypt. After Mark Antony's defeat at the Battle of Actium, Cleopatra committed suicide in 30 BC, marking the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the conquest of Egypt by Rome. Cleopatra is a controversial historical figure, often portrayed as a seductive and ambitious woman. Her importance lies in her intelligence, political acumen, and leadership ability in a challenging period for Egypt. After the division of the Roman Empire, Egypt became part of the Byzantine Empire in 395 AD. Egypt was conquered by Muslim Arabs in 641, marking the beginning of the Islamic period in the country. In the 16th century, Egypt fell under the rule of the Ottoman Empire, remaining so until the early 19th century. Since the Egyptian Revolution of 2011, which resulted in the ousting of President Hosni Mubarak, Egypt has experienced periods of political instability and protests. However, since the election of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in 2014, the country has sought to restore stability and strengthen governmental institutions. Egypt's economy is similar to that of countries exporting many commodities. Agriculture plays a significant role in the Egyptian economy, especially due to the fertility of the lands along the Nile River. Crops such as wheat, rice, corn, sugarcane, and cotton are grown on a large scale. The Egyptian government has implemented policies to modernize the agricultural sector, increase irrigation efficiency, and promote crop diversification. The service sector is the largest contributor to Egypt's GDP. This includes tourism, telecommunications, transportation, financial services, trade, and education. Tourism, in particular, plays a crucial role in the economy, attracting millions of visitors to explore archaeological sites, the beaches of the Red Sea, and other tourist destinations. The Egyptian industry encompasses a variety of sectors, including manufacturing, construction, oil and gas, chemicals, and textiles. The country has significant mineral resources, including oil, natural gas, phosphates, and metallic minerals, which drive part of its industry. Egypt is one of the largest producers of oil and natural gas in North Africa and the Middle East. The exploration and production of oil and gas play a crucial role in the Egyptian economy, providing significant revenues for the government and jobs for many workers. Egypt is involved in international trade, exporting agricultural products, manufactured goods, oil and natural gas, and importing a variety of goods, including food, machinery, equipment, and chemicals. Major trading partners include European, Arab, and African countries. The Egyptian government has invested in infrastructure and development projects to boost the economy and improve living conditions for the population. This includes road construction, bridges, railways, ports, airports, energy, and sanitation. Despite its resources and economic potential, Egypt faces several challenges, including unemployment, poverty, income inequality, corruption, and political instability. The Egyptian government is working to address these challenges through economic reforms, social inclusion policies, and investments in education and health. Some biblical stories take place in Egypt, such as the story of Abraham. Abraham lived during the Bronze Age, between 2166 and 1991 BC, in a time of migrations and instability in the Middle East. Canaan, the land promised to Abraham by God, was often affected by droughts and famines. A severe famine in Canaan prompted Abraham and his family to migrate to Egypt, seeking food and safety. The land of Egypt was known for its fertility and abundance, offering refuge during the crisis. Abraham, fearing for his safety in Egypt, decided to present Sarah as his sister, believing that this would protect him from being killed by Egyptians who desired his beautiful wife. Sarah's beauty attracted the attention of the Pharaoh, who took her into his harem. However, God, in his protection, afflicted the Pharaoh and his household with great plagues. The plagues led the Pharaoh to recognize the presence of God and question Abraham about his relationship with Sarah. Abraham confessed the truth, and the Pharaoh, acknowledging the error, expelled them from Egypt with their belongings. After millennia of influences from ancient Egypt, Egyptian women today exhibit a diversity of physical characteristics, influenced by the country's rich history and geographical location. Dark skin is predominant, with tones ranging from light to dark. Their hair is usually straight, wavy, or curly, often black or brown. Their eyes are predominantly brown or black but can also be green or blue. Height. The average height of Egyptian woman is 5 feet and 1 inch. Egyptian women are known for their strength and independence, characteristics that have developed throughout history. Many Egyptian women work outside the home, in various sectors of the economy. Family is very important to Egyptian women, who tend to be very close to their parents, siblings, and children. Most Egyptian women are Muslim and follow religious customs. They tend to be traditional in their values and customs. Egyptian women are known for their hospitality and kindness to visitors. In public, Egyptian women may be more reserved and discreet, especially with people they don't know. At home and with close friends, Egyptian women are more expressive and demonstrative. If you liked Egypt, I'll tell you what life is like there. The currency of Egypt is the Egyptian pound. $1 equals 50 Egyptian pounds. At first, the dollar seems to be highly valued against the Egyptian pound. The minimum wage in Egypt is $125. However, the average salary is $360. Professions involving finance, oil, and information technology have salaries ranging from $600 to $800. The cost of food for someone who only eats at home will range between $10 and $20, but if you eat out, the cost will vary between $30 and $50. Rice costs 20 cents per kilogram. Chicken costs between 60 and 80 cents per kilogram. Beef, on the other hand, costs between $1 and $2 per kilogram, so we see that the prices of products there are really cheap. It ends up being a good option to visit or maybe even live in Egypt. Monthly rent costs in Egypt are also cheap for us Americans, as an apartment in the capital Cairo ranges between $40 and $80. Huge 3-bedroom apartments in the capital range from $80 to $160 per month. If you just want to visit Egypt, some apartments in the capital Cairo range from $15 to $20 per day. Egypt presents many curiosities like these. In Egypt, the work week starts on Sunday and ends on Thursday. Friday and Saturday are the days off. Sudan, not Egypt, has the largest number of pyramids in the world, with over 250 compared to Egypt's 138. Cairo, the capital of Egypt, is the largest city in Africa and the Middle East, known for its chaotic traffic and vibrant urban culture. In the Cairo metropolitan area, there are only 25 traffic lights, which contributes to heavy traffic and the need for constant attention while driving. In ancient Egypt, cats were considered sacred animals and represented the goddess Bastet. Killing a cat was punishable by death. Sandstorms were common in ancient Egypt and caused lung diseases in the population. But do you think Egypt is just that? The country offers various options of beaches along the Red Sea coast to have fun. Located at the southern tip of the Sinai Peninsula, Sharm el-Sheikh is one of Egypt's most famous seaside resorts. Its white sandy beaches and crystal clear waters are ideal for activities such as diving, snorkeling, and windsurfing. Ras Mohammed National Park, near Sharm el-Sheikh, is one of the world's most renowned diving sites. Situated on the Red Sea coast, Hurghada is another popular coastal city in Egypt. Its beaches offer a variety of water activities such as diving, snorkeling, parasailing, and jet skiing. Additionally, Hurghada is known for its vibrant nightlife and a variety of luxury resorts and hotels. Marsa Alam is a less developed coastal area, known for its pristine beaches and untouched coral reefs. It is a popular destination for divers and nature lovers, with opportunities to spot sea turtles, dolphins, and even dugongs, a type of sea cow. Dahab is a coastal town located on the Gulf of Aqaba, known for its laid-back atmosphere and white sandy beaches. Dahab is a paradise for diving and snorkeling enthusiasts, with sites like the Blue Hole and Lagoon of Lotus attracting divers from around the world. Additionally, the city is a popular destination for windsurfing and kitesurfing. On the Mediterranean coast, Alexandria is one of the oldest cities in the world and offers some urban beaches, such as Montaza Beach and Mamura Beach. It's truly incredible how the Egyptians and their civilization influenced the world over millennia. This country has sensational historical aspects. Do you want to visit the pyramids, the mummies, the culture, and the Egyptian women? What did you think of everything I mentioned about Egypt in this documentary? Comment below. I'll leave it here for now, until the next video.